Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the series where I'm recreating Freddy Fazbear's Mega PizzaPlex from Security Breach in Minecraft. In today's video, I thought we would do something a little bit different, so instead of actually building in today's video, we are going to be doing a Q&A. I've seen a lot of questions in the comments of my last video, so I decided to put a community post up asking you guys what questions you might have about the map. Before we begin with the Q&A, however, I just want to get out a little disclaimer saying that in the description of all of my videos building the Security Breach map, I have had a little description of the project itself. So if I don't answer your question in this video, it's probably because I have already answered it in the description of these videos. And the final thing is, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that way you can support me throughout this build. So without any further ado, let's get on with the questions. So the first question is, will this build turn into an adventure map? And that's honestly something I thought of before I started building as well, is do I want this map to become an adventure map where you're going to be able to explore the whole PizzaPlex and do the mini games just like in Security Breach? And to be honest with you, that isn't a priority right now. Once I'm completed with the build and I decide I want to do more, then possibly, but right now it is not a priority and is not something that I'm going to be working on. Will I build every room in the PizzaPlex? Yes, everything that you can see in-game is what I'm going to be building. That includes the sewers, that includes every hidden hallway and different room that you can find in the PizzaPlex. From the sewers to the vents, I'm building everything in the PizzaPlex. Going on from that question though, we have this one. Will cut/unused areas be included in the build? No, I am not going to be using cut or unused areas. I'm only going to be building areas that are accessible to the player in-game. So pieces like the backstage area behind the atrium, pieces like the hallway that lead from Monty Golf to the daycare. I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm only focusing on areas that you're able to explore in-game. Will the doors and elevators be functional? Yes, that is something I'm going to be working on at the very end. However, because I'm going to need to actually build all of said doors and elevators for me to be able to use the command blocks to do whatever type of command that I need to do to get these doors to function. Will the arcade minigames be an added feature? So this is going to be a bit weird because I'm not much of a command person. I'm simply just building the PizzaPlex. So deciding whether I'm actually going to be adding minigames or not is not something that I can currently give a definite answer to. Again, it's not a priority, but I could maybe add a hidden button where if you hit the Monty Golf arcade machine, it teleports you to the area that you're able to play Monty Golf in. Whether you're able to play Monty Golf or not is going to be a different question. However, that might still be something that I can add. Next question is, will there be an exterior or outside of the PizzaPlex? Yes, but once again, that is not a main priority. I'm thinking of adding just a big, simple parking lot. That's not going to be much to it. I know there is a way to glitch outside the map and actually see the main entrance from the outside, and that might be something I work on once the entirety of the rest of the map is finished. I just want to focus on what the player is able to see and access in-game. Will this map be updated for future DLC? Yes, depending what Steelwall decide to add to the future of this game, I will be updating this map as they go along. Whether that means they update new areas to become withered, whether that means they're just adding new areas in general, I will be updating the map for when DLC does eventually come out. Is this map a remaster of Metal Squash's build? No, I have no relation with Metal Squash whatsoever. I reviewed his PizzaPlex map before the game came out and I had nothing to do with that build. That was a completely separate project that only he worked on and I had no part in. I just simply reviewed the map. Will there be add-on or mod support? Well, it depends what version you're talking about. This map is being built in the latest Minecraft version being 1.18.1, so depending what version of Minecraft you're playing, either the Java or Bedrock version. If you're playing on Bedrock, I suppose you could use whatever add-ons you want and that could work. However, if you're playing on Java, different mods require different versions of Minecraft, so mods like the FNAF Universe mod might not be accessible, as that mod's latest version that is compatible is only 1.12. Will there be any betas or early releases of the world? This is something I've thought of as well, and I'm not entirely sure of how I would do this just yet. I've been thinking of giving out early betas and early releases to the world, but not to public. It would only be to people who have financially supported the channel, whether that be server boosters on my Discord or people who donate on streams, things like that. I don't want to give this map out to the public just yet, as the map is nowhere near completed. However, all of those are just ideas, and currently there are no plans to give this map to anyone. How long do I think this map will take to finish? I don't know, but all I'm going to say is probably a very long time. We've only had 3 episodes really of this build where we've built the entrance, the daycare, and the atrium, and we are not even a big part done. I mean, the location is absolutely gigantic, and we still have quite a lot of work to do. Depending how much progress I decide to make each episode, it's still going to take a long time to finish. What is it like to build the entire PizzaPlex? It's very overwhelming when you go in game and see how much you have to work with, especially with the block restrictions you have in Minecraft. Trying to do shapes that aren't really Minecraft friendly is very difficult. However, once it's actually completed, the result is definitely worth it. Once I finished the atrium, I just sat in the middle of the square and just viewed it from all angles, and I was super satisfied with the result. So it is very challenging, but the ending result is definitely worth it. What am I using for reference while building? Well, the simple answer is Security Breach itself. While building, I have the game open on a second tab, and I'm constantly going back and forth from Minecraft to Security Breach to make sure that I'm getting every detail in the right spot to make this map as accurate as I possibly can, as that is really the goal here. I want to make my own Security Breach map as accurate to the game as possible. Will the areas from the different endings be added? Yes, as I said earlier, everything that you can see in-game is being added. Whether that means the Afton ending underneath the FNAF 6 location, that is going to be added. The alleyway Gregory hides in at the end of the game, I suppose I can find a place to put that. That will be added at the end. The fire escape ending, I'll probably do something up there as well. So all of the endings will be added to this game and will be accessible from wherever they're supposed to be in-game. The next question is definitely my most received question, and that is, when will the map be available for download? And the simple answer is when I'm finished. However, that is going to take a very long time, as once I'm done building, I'm not going to stop just there, as I need to convert it to the Bedrock version for people on Bedrock to be able to download it. I need to make sure everything works, all the commands are in, and once I'm done with that, I need to make sure that everything works on the Bedrock edition as well, as commands do not transfer over from Java to Bedrock, which means I have to do all of that again manually and then make sure everything works. So even once I'm done with the map itself, it's still going to take a very long time for me to be able to give this map out to the public. So it's still going to take a very long time. I don't want to confirm a release date or anything like that at the moment, but I will say this is going to take me multiple months until the map is available for download. So I'm going to hopefully get this out during the summertime, because there is still a lot of work that needs to go into this build. Is this a role-playing map? This is just my build, if I'm going to be honest with you. There is no purpose behind this build other than the fact that I wanted to build it. Once it's available for the public, who knows who's going to use it for what reason. Someone could just blow it up with TNT. Some people could use role-playing and do anything they wanted with it. I'm not sure. Once it's in the hands of the public, it's not really my decision anymore. Next question kind of goes off from the last question. What made me want to start this project? I said since the very first trailer that I would build the entirety of the PizzaPlex in Minecraft, and this is it really. I just decided, hey, you know what? I want to do something in Minecraft. This is the biggest project I've ever built in game, and I just want to see it through, because there's been so many different types of variations of Minecraft maps regarding the PizzaPlex, and I just thought I would do my own. I mean, this is a massive project, but I'm loving the results so far. I thought it would be a fun experience to just build the entirety of the PizzaPlex in Minecraft and see what happens, and the support I've been getting of these past 3 videos has been absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to keep on with this project, and hopefully I don't get tired of it anytime soon, as this is looking really amazing so far. Will this map be compatible for the Bedrock edition? I do hope so. Like I said earlier, once I'm done with the build, I'm going to be converting it to the Bedrock edition. However, there's going to be a lot of challenges while doing that. Like I said, commands do not transfer over, which means I'm going to have to do everything again manually to make sure that everything that works in the Java edition will work for the Bedrock edition. So I'm going to try my best to make sure that both versions of Minecraft get the same experience. Next question is, will this map release alongside the Adam Taylor Danny Fox Security Breach add-on? That is not in my control, really. I am not working with Adam Taylor or Danny Fox whatsoever. Their project is completely different to mine, and it is not in my control whether they decide to release their add-on at the same time as my map. I'm not working alongside with them, so it's possible that they release their add-on the same time I release my map, but currently there is no plan whatsoever, as the 2 projects are not connected. Going on from the last question, how have I been using models from the Adam Taylor Danny Fox Security Breach add-on before its release? I am a beta tester for Danny Fox, meaning I get exclusive betas to the add-ons early to test out to make sure they all work fine. Danny Fox talked to me one day and asked if I wanted to be a beta tester, and I just accepted the request as I thought it would be really exciting. Now, it is not in my control whatsoever to decide who becomes a beta tester or not. That is completely Danny's and Adam's decision to make. I am not in control of that. Next question is how much of the PizzaPlex is currently completed. Now, if I'm going to go in percentage wise, I'm going to say probably around about 15 or 10% complete. We are nowhere near done, even though it looks like we have a huge bulk of this build complete. There is more that we need to work on than what's already been worked on, so there is still a long journey ahead of us. How am I going to be building the underground areas in a 4-block tall area since I'm building on a super flat world? If only I'd thought about that before I started building. Will a version of the world with add-ons for decorations be available for download? That is a possibility. I'm thinking for giving the Bedrock edition 2 different world downloads, one with add-ons and textures, the other with just simply vanilla. However, if I do decide to use add-ons, I would have to get the permissions of all the add-on creators who have put their models into this world, so it's not completely up to me to decide. I would need to get permission from all the creators themselves to be able to publish this map with other assets. Once again though, it is not going to be a priority, and right now this map is simply going to be released in the vanilla version of Minecraft. The next question is, will this map be uploaded to the Minecraft Marketplace? I'm not entirely sure how the Minecraft Marketplace works, and to be completely honest with you, I don't think it's my choice whether I'm allowed to upload to the Marketplace or not. I'd have to do more research, but even if I was allowed to, I don't think I should, as this is technically building someone else's map, as Steelwool are really the people who made this game, so I would be uploading someone else's IP without permission, and I don't really want to get into that situation. I don't even think I'd be allowed to. So currently it's just going to be a simple file in the description of a video whenever that happens. Will I hide collectibles around the map? This is an interesting question as well, because I've actually thought about this since the very start as well. I'm not going to be adding in all the collectibles that you can find in Security Breach, such as the gift boxes and the bags. However, I do plan on adding in a lot of hidden Easter eggs, so those are going to be really exciting to see everyone find. I'm not going to be showing you where any of those are, but I am definitely planning on hiding Easter eggs. How long has it taken to build everything so far? So currently we're on episode 3 and it's been about 3 weeks since I uploaded part 1. So it's taken me an average about a week to make each one of these videos. The entrance and main lobby took me just under a day to complete. However, I did do it in multiple sittings. I'm not just sitting here on one go building the entirety of the room. Like the atrium, for example, was spread out over the period of a week. In total, I'd say it probably took me around about 8 hours to build those. So it's definitely a very long process building these areas of the map, but I'm not doing it all in one sitting. So far, if I were to say which ones are taking the longest, it's definitely the atrium, the daycare, and then the main lobby and entrance area, as I didn't really make a video while I was building it. I built it, then made my video about it, unlike the daycare and atrium where I was building it as the video. Will I be making tutorials for the PizzaPlex? This is a very scary question to answer, because if I say yes to this, this is going to take a lot of time and patience, especially depending what room I'm deciding to make a tutorial on. I've been given this question a lot as well, and I'm not entirely sure. It's not completely out of the question. However, just the thought that I'm going to have to make a tutorial on these builds is going to be very overwhelming. So currently, not at the moment. I don't have any plans for making tutorials. However, once the build is finished, depending on what mood I'm in, I might make certain tutorials on certain parts of the PizzaPlex. Am I worried about areas being out of scale and not being able to connect properly? Yes, absolutely. I really want to make this as accurate to the game as possible, but I need to remember that it's going to be very difficult and sometimes even impossible to do that in Minecraft with the geometry of the game. So it's very worrying, but I am trying my absolute best to get this as accurate to the game as possible. And luckily so far, the biggest problems I've really had is just the shape of a room being wrong, and I need to resize something or reshape something. I haven't really had any problems of trying to connect different parts of the location yet. However, I do know that in the near future we might have a lot of problems where areas collide in the same place, or I need to remove something or make something bigger or move it a few blocks to the side. I know we're going to have a lot of these problems, but I'm not really showing those in the videos, as those are going to be really painful for you to watch. And the final question of this Q&A is, what part of the PizzaPlex am I working on next? So currently I have little progress done. I'm simply just working on the outline, but I am currently working on Rockstar Row, the rehearsal room, and the maintenance room that sits on the other side of Rockstar Row. So this is going to be a pretty big build once again. It's not going to be the scale of the atrium, but it's a lot more spread out than the atrium, so it's definitely still going to take a lot of time to build. But that is going to do it for today's Q&A. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I did answer any questions that you might have regarding this map. Once again though, I will remind you that in the description of all of these building videos, I will be leaving a brief description of all the important details regarding this project, so I highly recommend you go read that again, as a lot more questions that I didn't answer in this video might be answered in the description already. If you did enjoy this video, then make sure you leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel so that way you can support me throughout this project. Well, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I will of course see you in my next video.